Hello everyone, welcome back to the Battlefield Siege Run here. We have another Pauper video for you today. This one is a little bit different to what we're normally doing. We are actually going to try out a bit of a more of a method rather than just jamming a couple matches with like a meta deck or a brew. Essentially what I've wanted to do is I've been brewing around like a green-blue list. One of my mates has been playing with a deck with Temporal Spring, with a similar build with Boomerang and whatnot. And if you can read Temporal Spring there, it says put target permanent on top of its owner's library. So this is such a cool effect, and there's not a lot of this that exists in common. So I wanted to see if we can build a deck around it. So in front of you is kind of what I lent on in my second match, but I just want to pop over to my first build that I did in my first match that you're going to see. So essentially my idea is I want to build a green-blue Ponza list, which has probably been done before. I wanted to go down on land counts, up with the cycling stuff with Generous Ants and Lone Revealed, a couple of Avenging Hunters in the later game once they have no lands, and just run the full suite of the Ponza Destruction, which is the Acid Mosses and the Thermocasts. Then I was thinking still using around the Boomerangs and having counter spells and stuff like that to kind of try and help as well. You'll notice some really cooking cards in the form of Seas Claim, which makes a land an island, and also Spreading Seas, which makes a land an island as well. So we're running like 7 cards that make an island, so kind of like Ponza-esque. If you're not playing against a blue deck, which a lot of the format isn't, and they're running a low land count, you can get them really early with the Seas Claim and curve into a Spreading Seas, and then they don't have any mana that they can play any of the spells with. And then the basis of that is that then you're running into more of the 3 drops and the 4 drops, and then finishing off with spells like Lone Reveal to find your answers and whatnot, and still having counter spells just to get around it. Now, the mana base is pretty stock here. I'm not running any bounce lands because I felt I didn't really need to, and I needed everything untapped as I came in. So either I want to go like an Abundant Growth to get the blue, to then go Seas Claim and whatnot. I'm running Brainstorm so we can get the key cards, and we're running so many cycle lands. You're thinking we're running 8 cycles on top of already the 14 lands. I feel like we can kind of get there pretty well. That was the thought. The sideboard I was thinking is this deck probably obliterates very slow decks, so that's fantastic. But how are we going to beat the fast aggro deck? So I'm running just like 4 Weather the Storms, 4 Hydro Blast, and I want to try out Fade Away. And this just for like Spy Combo and stuff like that. So that's the good sideboard. I'll just pop that one away. Now this is kind of what my first iteration is. I will talk about my changes straight away as well. You can watch my match 1 what I kind of thought about that anyway. But then we jumped into this other variant that we played. So this is more, we've increased the lands, gone up to 4 Seas Claim, 4 Spreading Seas. I actually took out the counter spells and put in Memory Lapses because I wanted more stuff just to go to the top of the deck, so we weren't more countering the key cards. It was just countering anything because it goes to the top and they have to play it again. It just kind of snowballs from there, especially when we're thermocasting them and whatnot. So I'm still keeping the Thermocast, Temporal Spring, the Acid Mosses, but this time around I cut an Avenging Hunter. It was still kind of nice, but it feels kind of bad in like the real aggro list, or if they have literally 1 more creature to you, you're absolutely cooked. So I am trying out 2 Archaeomancers because it just works really well with like these Temporal Springs and Thermocasts. Still these Generous Ends, and then I wanted to try, similar to our Ponza cousins, is the Arboreal Utopia Scrolls. Just a great way to get and jump down to these 3 drops, which are very important, and then into the 4 drops. So this is essentially the rebuild that I made. I'm very curious what you think about it. I did chuck in some Gingerbread Cabins as well. I definitely think to some regard you could splash more with this deck, especially with the Utopia Sprawls. You could go a route with Wild Growths and stuff like that to really ramp up quite quickly. But I feel like there was a lot of blue in this deck still, so you know, it's a give or a take. It's probably likely that green-red is better, and it has like a different way of doing things. But I did want to try to see if blue was a different route we could do, or if it was more of a medical anyway. If you do enjoy these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. It does help out the channel a fair bit. And it's nice trying some different formats as well. Like, it is nice playing some of those more explored decks, but also I want to see some of these older cards to see if they are valuable, if they work well. Without further ado, let's jump into match 1, which is that first deck list that you saw, and yeah, see you there. Alright, so we're on the draw. I think this is fine. This deck obviously wants to be on the play, but double islands, we have so many ways to fetch for a forest. You know, like let's just run with it, you know what I mean? See how we go. Islands, nice, go island go. And I mean, we're probably just gonna lay out our Spreading Seas as early as possible. Just attacking with the Outcast. Okay. into a Hopeless Nightmare. Good card, don't get me wrong. I'll probably just can one of these Acid Mosses. Yeah, so we'll do that next turn. Let's just Spreading Seas 1. So ideally I want to Sacred Forest now. Brainstorm's good with Lowering Revealed. We can probably... The Hopeless Night. Interesting. We're both targeting the Boomerang because we're probably going to counterspell the next thing that they play. Okay. This makes me want to really get to like a forest. So on our turn, if they just go like another Hopeless Nightmare, I'm fine with that. This clock's like Citadel's fine as well. So my thoughts are kind of we can go get a green blue land and play it if we want to. We can't Abundant Growth it though. We could also we could Lowering Reveal, get tap land, then Brainstorm. Or Brainstorm. I think we Brainstorm first, because if we get a land and we're like in a better spot. Yuff. Okay. I don't mind. I want to keep the counterspell. The Monvoli's going to be kind of good as well. Although he's Spreading Seas that. Let's keep one Abundant Growth. Let's just do this. And then just go get a tapped green blue land. And say go. And then next turn it probably depends on what they do. We might just be playing a growth and then... Oh, they're doing that in their upkeep. Okay. They're looking for lands. That's fine with me because this is them also using all their mana. So I'm kind of happy to just Spreading Season. Top and bottom. Okay. Alright. A mountain. Well, we're definitely going to be Spreading Seeing that mountain. We are on 12. More lands would be nice. Okay, island. Let's just start Spreading Seas first. Target the mountain. Yep, draw a card. Avenging Hunter, we don't really exactly need you just yet. Can we just go island, go, and keep up a counter spell potentially? I feel like they're just going to scry though. Just target this and draw a card. I don't think they're going to do too much with the 2 cards in their hand. Because we had a Siege Claim as well, that's cooked. Alright, we've got an island. So next turn we can go Temporal Spring, we'll probably just target the Citadel. We could even just like put up the Epicure. It's just not as good. I definitely don't want to play it just yet. Especially because this Changeling is unblockable. Yeah, Vampire's Kiss. I mean, they're probably going to cook us here. Like, we can just go Asimos on the Swamp. And then just put the Epicure on top. Let me just get rid of the Swamp. Play the island. Get a forest. Obviously, this one's. Play the island. Say go. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Playing Avenging Hunter and Temporal Spring's a bit too much. We essentially need to just get rid of Lightning School. We need to use this Temporal Spring just to like bounce one of these outcasts. A boomerang's good for me enough. And then we can play Avenging Hunter and block. Then I feel kind of good after that. What about the running Citadel? Okay, there we go. They got another land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, honestly, we could just put that on top. They're not doing much else though. Or we just play Ent. 6, play Ent. And then next turn go Avenging Hunter, Temporal Spring. Yeah, I think we just cycle this. Get another island. Our last island. Play the island. Just cast that boy here. Or just pass. And yeah, they only got one card left in their hand. They do have colored mana now. They can do a fair bit. At least now we can play Avenging Hunter and then put like that land on top. Or maybe it's the changing outcast. Actually, maybe put that on top. And Avenging. I think that's what we do. We put that on top, then Avenging. We could put the outcast on top. Keep up Counterspell. We can brainstorm first, I guess 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. Let's just brainstorm first, see what we hit. Kind of nice. We can't target this, and the rest are indestructible as well. So we'll probably put this back, this back. We'll play Undergrowth on here. Draw a card, which would be the forest. We'll play the forest. And we'll put this on top of their deck. And we'll counterspell it because it's unblockable. And then, yeah, that's that. That is that. Let's see if they want to play it as well. They might not want to. We are on 5. We just need to get this Avenging Hunter down to actually win this game, though. There's a lot going on. Alright, they're just sacrificing the enchantment to scry. They might just get rid of the changing outcast, to be honest. And we just counterspell whatever. Citadel was very interesting. Very interesting deck decision. They obviously, I mean, they're running the Drossfield Brew, which makes me think they're running some kind of artifact build with this. Maybe like Galv Blast. The bottomed, okay. See what they hit. Do hit a land, okay. I mean, maybe they might be able to cast a spell now. Maybe they have a blinding just chilling. They have something. I mean, we got to counter it. We got to counter it, bro. It's fine. Counter that. Play our Avenging Hunter. They don't run any hastes, so we can attack with our Generous Ending as well. Do it in a couple turns. Do the. Let's attack. We're likely to go 1, 2, 3, 8. Yeah, we can't have it all. We could technically play both of these because we'll get a basic. Oh, we're just playing the Avenging Hunter and probably cracking this food. These technically I should like keep up, but it doesn't really matter. Get the initiative. Let's go get a basic. Get a forest. Play the forest. Now, I mean, do I? Yeah, why not? It means they can't play a lightning if they get it off the top. We go get another forest. They can't technically have lethal with us, so. We get a forest pass. Alright, we have nothing left, but we have a bunch of creatures in play and a way to gain 3 life. I feel better, even if they got the initiative, I still feel a bit better. Gale Blast, okay, and they get a basic. Fair cop. Fair cop. We just had another Gale Blast in their hand. Right. The awkward part is now that we don't have another creature, we do have to attack with this end. Then they have their end. You know what I mean? Well, even if you think like what universe we're not attacking with this end is like, you know, they play their mountain. Let's just go spreading seas first. This means they can't play much still either. Okay. Well, let's attack for 5. And we'll just crack the food here. Question is, we want to scry to try and hit something first. Just scry and see if there's something on top that we can use. A second generous end is like literally the best thing ever. Just crack this food now. Pass. And I'm hoping, the second end does the job. That Gale Blast at the top was literally the one thing though to keep them in this game. Yeah, they can attack. They can only play 1 spell because they only got 1 mountain. Maybe they even want to forge, just try and get extra damage in. They don't know that we have a second end though, but you know. They might be holding onto the mountain, so when they do have something, they can actually do something. So I'll take even like a card to put something back on top. They're going forge. Okay, they are equipping up this Epicure to make it bigger, which makes sense because like we attack and then drop us to 3 and then they can bolt. That's probably what they're thinking. But we do have another end. Okay, cleansing wildfiring, but that's not indestructible land anymore. You get 2 basics. It was still correct to do the Citadel. It doesn't really matter anyway. They need color lands. Let's attack. And then we just go this, I guess. Back. We will just play this and crack. Just go this. Play out the Ent. We're going to crack it now as well. Doesn't matter. We're just green blue. It doesn't really matter that we're doing that. Pretend we have counterspell up and pass. And then hopefully, well, we have the archive now, so they have to attack with block and then we get in with both. They kind of have to like double. I mean, yeah, they can't double Gale Blast us while firing. Okay, there we go. We got the GGs here. It's all coming together. I should probably run some cabins. That's what I'm thinking in the deck. Just free gain life. Yep, there we go. All right. Sideboard, we're obviously bringing in the Hydro Blast. Fade away is like there. It's for each permanent, I guess. I think we just bring in the Storms. We didn't really see anything else scary. I do like Hydro Blast. I think I don't want the capsizes. Thermoclast get worse. We might even just cut the Acid Moss and just run a couple land destruction spells and rely on the you know, just like the Spreading Seas and Seas claims. The Avenging Hunters is just the only way we're going to win this game. Both. I can't cut any of those. Maybe even just like another fast. Well, they're kind of nice, just getting those mountains up the board. Maybe the Mongolis are better because they actually get us closer to where we want to be. The Avenging Hunters feel a little bit grosser. Maybe just cut these and just try and get to the ends and finish them off with an end. We just cut like one counter spell because we've got the Hydros and call it a day. See how this goes. Just lock them down with the lands again and Bob's your uncle, eh? I'm curious with the Citadels though, because normally they run like the artifact lands and stuff like that. So, alright, we need at least one land to work here. So we will mull. We will keep this. I think what we'll do is we'll probably bottom a forest. 3 forests is a fair bit. We can abundant growth 1, draw a card. And we have our island, so we'll go, yep, bottom one of these. Done. And Brainstorm's always nice. They have mulled as well. I'd love a Seize Claim here. It literally would be the best. The best thing to do. There must be like a Madness Cleansing Wildfire deck, I guess. Still good. We'll go Abundant Growth on here. Draw cards, any color. Unvolley, okay. What are they starting off with? Maybe they're running ninjas, potentially? Vampire's Kiss. I'm kind of fine with that. The blood tokens are like, is what it is. So like a Spreading Seas would be absolutely nuts here. So our option is, I think we just go Forest and say go. And we Hydro Blast if they play any kind of threat on their turn. Otherwise, we will just Brainstorm and look for something. So we can like Temporal Spring the bridge. Especially because they did that. That's fine. I don't mind too much about an Outcast. Look, I am going to Brainstorm here because if we get a cycle land and we're running 8. Oh, we didn't hear anything. Let's put them back like this, I guess. Question is, good land. Yeah, we're still going to just put that Dross Bridge on top. Pretty brutal for them. And then it comes to play tap. They don't do anything for a turn. The SMOSs are a little bit awkward though. Unless they want to play a forest next, but they're not. So maybe, because now we know we're drawing the Weather the Storm, maybe we do just Brainstorm here and try and hit another cycle land. We could have run some more fetch lands. We're locked out of this game now. It's a big goof. It doesn't really matter how we do this. We basically have 2 draw steps of just like nothing. But we do have triple Weather the Storm, so I guess we can literally weather this. We need them to play more than one spell though. I mean, yeah, we're just probably going to get rid of one of these. And this, I still want to keep the Hydro Blast around. I think we can get a bigger turn out of these Weather the Storm, so I'm just going to hold off because we're just going to be drawing the Boomerang anyway. Yeah, and we can counter something and then Weather the Storm and next turn. And hopefully just kick it up to 9 life. Like nothing's happened, you know? They're doing nothing. We'll just hold back. We'll pass. We really just want to counter like any red spell. Gain 9 life. I mean, like, we could do it here, I guess. I just don't want to be lightninged. It could have been worth it to do it on that lightning bolt there, but maybe they Vampire's Kiss or something. No. Okay. I mean, not Spreading Seas is a little bit awkward. But we can take them off red, so we will do it. If we draw a land, then we can weather for a good amount. I'll pay 5 life. We need the Spreading Seas work. We are dead to a ham sandwich unless we literally draw an untapped land here. That's not an untapped land.
We will pass. So I guess we should have just weathered the storm before. Just been greedy with his weathers. Literally a ham sandwich, which they do run a fair bit of. The land as well. Alright, there we go. But I think we would have won that anyway. I think we just locked out of the lands. Didn't draw any cycle lands either. It looks like not that much, but really it's 4-8. It's 22. It's pretty good. But let's just run it back. Try and get a better hit this time. Even I think if we weathered, it still wouldn't work that well. Then we keep this because we do go get a counterspell galore here. And a spreading seas as well. From the play. So we just go island. If they play any red spell, we can just cook it if we need to. Highly unlikely though that we need to. Let's just go get... I can't even tempt to just go get a green blue so then we can play everything if we need to, and then we can Hydro Blast something else if we want to. I don't mind this. We'll do it like this. Gets us closer to the Acid Mosh as well. The black counterspell is cooked though. You cannot keep a one. You kept a one lander. Oh no, two swamps. Okay. I do want to play a land first, and then I just want to Spreading Seas a swamp. We'll take 5 if they have the counterspell, but like it's modal, you know. Like you always take the 5 because you want to. It's a spell that you want to resolve. All right, that's nice. We're gonna get a forest, so we can hit their other swamp if we want to. They do need to play a red card though. They need to play mountain red card to get anywhere here. Definitely Hydro Blasting that. That needs to go away. And now we can sit behind we can just sit behind counterspell Generous End. I could actually just end now. I think I end now and go get the tap land. And then counterspell something, and then we can Acid Moss, depending what lands they play. No, that's fine. Yes, and see if we can just Acid Moss that mountain now if we want to, which we will. Yeah. Target this one. Yep, Descending Bolt, fair enough. And the counterspell land, that's fine. We are going to pay 5. I do wish to pay 5. I would love to pay 5. Pass. And then, yeah, we can essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to save this Acid Moss for like another red. And that's a clock, isn't it? I think we discard the growth. And let's just check that on top. We can counterspell it. Save the moss for a mountain at some point. That is nice. Let's just pop that one. Doing that on their upkeep. Okie doke. I mean, I'd happily take them having a mountain here, and then we can just counterspell it. They topped. Are they hitting a mountain? They do hit a mountain. Okay. They're not doing anything with it. So we're just going to Acid Moss regardless. They can bolt, that's fine. Yeah, they have the lightning, so you just hold on to the mountain. They did top, maybe they have another mountain on top. Which is a little bit scary. We are on 7. An outcast. Okay. They potentially brew. Couple turns we can chill though. And guess we just put it on top. Put it on top, and then we can counterspell it. And then we can weather the storm for 9. I like that.
And then we can counterspell whatever else they have. And then that, and then, you know, we should be able to kind of get there from there. Yeah, so we will counterspell you. And then just gain 9. End step. Nine's fine with me. Don't know about you. And now they kind of like, yeah, they need a mountain and then something else. So, I mean, yeah, we just put this on an island. Seize claim. Oh, I do want to save that for a red source, so we'll just pass. They're going to be playing black spells essentially. But a seize claim on the other. Whoa. What's this? Literally, I'm counting a ham sandwich. They have another swamp. Okay. I mean, that's literally our best draw. Revealed. Let's go draw some cards. Alright, Ent's good. We'll hold on to everything because we just want to counterspell if they have a red source. But now I'm feeling pretty good now. Nothing from them, and yeah, GG's. There we go. Bit slow this hand. I think we mull it. This hand is better. We can go. I think we keep. We did an island sea claim, so we'll keep, and we just bottom the Archaeomancer. So we can go Arbor Elf, the Forest Arbor Elf, and then we can hopefully just use these seize claims. They're mulling to 5. And the next turn we can just go like tap the forest, Lorien Revealed, Island. Probably just get the green blue tapped, and then because this can come online quicker, and then we can untap with Arbor Elf and then sea claim something. That is what I'm doing. So let's see how it goes. Well, that's also a problem. Sometimes decks are just running islands themselves. So these sea claims are absolutely dog water. Let's attack. We've effectively mulliganed to 5. Unless they're playing another color. Let's grab this one. Play it. No one like thermoclast hands here. They're not doing anything, it looks like. Okay, let's attack him with the Arbor Elf again. This one Volley. I think we use it. I smell a counterspell though. Try and target it, I guess. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we had a feeling there'd be a counterspell anyway. It just said, no, Ryan, don't play Ponza. I like your videos. The aqueducting. So at least we can seize claim that. Mere aqueduct, who would have thought? And it's at least we can get rid of this black source. Ooh, they have a blue white Ponza brew with reality acid. That's cool. Alright. Let's just sea claim that. And then we're going to tag with our Arbor Elf again, the billionth time. Moto's a little bit laggy today. Let's attack for 1. The thing is, unless they draw a swamp, all their black sources are going to come to play tap. So looks like this sea claim is back on board, you know? Okay, Arbor Elf, pass. Okay, the island again. 3 of those. Oh, Bonder's Ornament. Well, that makes the mana a little bit worse for us. Let's just crack this because we've got the mana. Alright. Island, I mean, we'll just play it, but yeah, we'll attack the 2. Attack. We're just talking about how clunky these types of decks are. They are. Bonder's Ornament. Good. Very good. Probably meant to run that, to be honest, as like as that's the a win con. In Bog. Oh, we just see claims that as well. Let's be real. If there's any multiple black sources kind of dealio. Yeah, we'll just sacrifice the creature. That's fine with me. Venging Hunter feels good against this kind of deck, though. If we draw a Venging Hunter, it feels very good. But they do. Oh, not one of these again. We'll attack for 1. I was thinking it's probably like a GG anyway. Based on these events. Yeah, with the Bonder's Ornament, they're drawing 2 cards a turn. Our clock is 15. Let's just see what else we get here. So, honestly, probably nothing. I think we just need to draw better, really. With the memory lapses. Maybe use framework cards. Like, depending on what they're doing, but I think we just run it back. Okay, so we're on the play. Let's have a look. Alright, deck. This is like, considering what we're fighting, I think this is fine. We'll keep the Lowering Reveal because we just need it really as a just as a way to draw more cards later on. I feel like having it like this is going to be a lot better. Like being able to just go Temporal Spring into Acid Moss into Acid Moss, we're going to have a funner time. That's nice as well. So we'll play this. And we'll just name blue on it. And that way we can Acid Moss next turn. Honestly, I'm more tempted to actually play a Temporal Spring instead first, because... Okay. Well, this isn't going to be fun for them. I'd rather kind of just put this Aqueduct back on top of their deck. Maybe they're just throwing me a bone, who knows. Alright, well let's just Acid Moss because we get a ramp. Tap land like this. Pass. Yeah, a hand like this is a lot better against control, you know what I mean? And now I think we Temporal Spring, to be honest. Get a forest, Temporal Spring that. 3, or 1, 2, 4. Yeah, I kind of don't want to run into a spell here, so we'll go. Again, Moto's just being a bit laggy. We will just forest cycle this. Get another one of these tap lands and play it. Pass. And then next turn we'll Acid Moss. They're asking if we have Thermo Pass as well. I'm like, we do. It's in there as well. But yeah, we'll target this with this. And we'll just load up with this Lowering build next turn. Or honestly, if we can yeah, gain life is fine. Just get a forest. With the gingerbreads you want, like I want to keep these Lowering builds as well, to be honest. Unless hang on 4, 5, 6, 7. We could just do 1 Archetype to bring 1 back. Maybe we just do that. Just get 1 more island, and that way, yeah, we can Archeomancer. 1 Bully again. We'll just put an island there. Very laggy today. Come on, Moto. Yeah, don't know. We just play it like this. And we'll see if they have a spell PSA. try and target this. If it works, it works. Otherwise, purpose is coming away. We're more likely going to be getting hit by a counterspell. So next turn, so not going to be a campfire. Okay, well that's good for us. Get a forest. Now we've got like so much juice in our deck, you know, like everything either gets a land or we can. I think we keep. I mean, we could have cut the sea claims, but I don't really know what we're targeting. That's all. And then just playing land go. I mean, it's blue black as well. At least we can, yeah, potentially just get something off this lowering revealed. Yeah, let's just go lowering revealed first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus lowering revealed. Seize claim is not all that in a bag of chips, but we will still play it on the black source there. I'm sure they're going to have counterspell now. It could have been right just to play the end, but blue. Because we already played land. 3, 4, 5. Okay, we seize claim, we just pass now. Oh, sorry, I meant to attack. Oh, I clicked it. I clicked the Archimance, but I didn't want to attack. Magnus says I love Flicker Brews. Right, so they're ditching our seize claim. We will get to at least seize claim that. Just crack this clear now. I feel like my internet suddenly recovered. It's good. We're doing the thing. We're doing the thing with the deck. A ghostly flicker or anything like that, it will be pretty punishing now. Thermoclast is pretty good. I kind of actually want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let us still. It's pretty annoying to flicker that, so I think let's attack for 1, and then we'll play the end here. Honestly, it's probably correct to. I think, just for the sake of things, we will still thermoclast this. I know that they had a land before, but we'll play this land as well. We will just technically I should have kept an island up for like a memory lapse thing, but like they're gonna play their tap land here anyway. We'll seize claim it. Yeah, good. Just see if they want to concede after this claim here. I know it's technically a snow land, so we're gonna gain life, but it was really worth it. But now we can just kind of cook with this and drop them down over time. It's more like if they have a black source and they can cast down this generator. No lands. All right, let's go clean up. Discarding a Ring Mystic. Just attack. You just hold up this food token, I guess. You know. And they gain 2 life every turn. Only got double island. I think we're pretty good though. We can just attack for a bunch of turns. We've got a memory lapse for anything specific, and that stops. Whatever, if they cast a spell, then it goes on top, and then you can cast it again if they want. But you know, gonna something really fun. Draw a card, investigate. Yeah, let's just chuck it on top. Good card though. It's annoying we would have had that other lowering revealed. Less. Yeah. Yeah, let's just chuck it back on top again. Alright. The third memory lapse. We'll attack. They'll try and introduce again. We'll memory lapse it for the third time. But they're pretty locked out now. Yeah, there we go. All right, we took a game away. We'll still run as is. This deck was definitely just like cracking with red. Saw nothing else really jumped at me. Like the Seas Claims are still technically better anyway. We'll run them. Okay, this hand is a little bit slower, but I think we keep it nonetheless. So we can kind of just go Gingerbread Cabin and then next turn play the Arbor Elf. And we've got just Monothermo class. It's just the thing is we're not on the play here, so they can definitely hit us with a cheeky counterspell here and there. Anyway, we could chill on the cabin. I think still gonna find a play it, and then we'll just attack with the elf. Cast the elf, and then cycle just like the Ent just to get like another forest. So we can line up a Thermoclast. There's a swamp. There's a svamp. I mean, I don't even hate just like hitting that with a ooh. I feel like there's a cast out on the way. I'm tempted to honestly just spreading seeds, but then we can't. We definitely can't Thermoclast next turn. But I feel like they can just cast down that. So let's just hit this swamp. They might just have a counterspell for it. They might just want to introduce end step though. Okay, there's our forest. So at least we can just Thermoclast next turn. Probably the prime thing for us would be if they just want to cast a, you know, like a. I mean, a Bonders would be a bit how you doing. Right, the cycling that from our swamp. We'll just say Thermoclast that. Dimir Aqueduct. Well, we're gonna Thermoclast that. It's been very fantastic being able to just hit those cards. But even let's just get down to business. Let's just start pushing through these. I want to hold on to all the Lorien reveals. Like next turn, I want to go just Generous and Forest. Play the Arbor Elf. There's a Seas Claim. Well, we could get an island. Nah, it didn't really work. Sorry, Generous End. Let's Forest Cycle you. Get another forest. Play the forest. We will. I think the blue is a bit more important now. We'll just Thermoclast the up. And then just cracking the clue. Yep, okay. The next time we can just play like a forest and Seas Claim. On there. And we'll hopefully Lorien build next turn. We'll name blue. Just tap this, we'll go on there. And we're able to just Temporal Spring this. Let's just slow them down, then we Lorien next turn, and then play it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we gave them blue anyway. Let's at least refill our hands. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lorien next turn. Alright, take another Seas Claim. I think we do still fire off this Lorien revealed. Cast this. If we get something good. Either land's fine, and we'll triple forest, okay. Maybe not that fine. We'll play this Arbor Elf, see if anything comes of this. And pass. The cast down on that. I feel like they might just want to keep cracking clues to try and draw more lands, really. Probably like a fair cop as well. No, it is a cast down. Fair enough. Let's hope this Lorien reveal is good enough. I am going to Lorien reveal first. 2, 3. Play an island first as well. Cast this, and then we'll likely Seas Claim that. Ooh. Maybe just Memory Lapse instead, to be honest. Never drawn another land. We could save this claim for something else as well. It's just black feels like it's more really specific. We just Memory Lapse, whatever. Memory Lapse and then Seize Claim. Null Spellbomb. That's kind of fine. There's another Longville. We're just going to cast that. Still our best draw. Okay, we'll go Forest. Thinking if I just pull on another one, we don't like really need to go that crazy with everything. Utopia Sprawl onto... Yeah, we can Utopia Sprawl onto here. Naming blue, and then we'll just Seize Claim to name blue. We'll Seize Claim that other swamp. And then we'll hold up Memory Lapse for whatever they play, and then we'll just Acid Moss 2 more times. And then hopefully we can take it from there. They said probably not the greatest matchup for a Slow Teachings deck. I'm like, probably not. Yeah, cycling the Suffocating Fumes. Just maybe they got pretty dead cards. Yeah, well, they want to kind of keep that up though as well. To clean up, just discarding like a Teachings. Let's just Acid Moss this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we'll Memory Lapse that. And that goes on top, which is like really annoying for them. So it's going to draw it again, and then we're going to, now we can like play Forest, Acid Moss. So we're going to get this green blue land, play a Forest, and then we just do it again. And now we know they're going to draw the counter spell. There's not much else they can do. Just my cat saying hi. We have very minimal lands left now. That's why I went with the low land count, because we, well, yeah, essentially there's not much else. We know they're going to draw land. They're just going to draw this counter spell again, and maybe we can win with this one Arbor Elf or this Ent. The Ent's better. Let's play the Ent. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cast Ent. And we keep it alive with Ghostly Flicker as well. We will just tap Gingerbread Cabin. Just asking how it go against like a fast deck, and I said probably not well enough. Not just yet anyway. And we'll pass the turn. But now we kind of have this, we can just use a Ghostly Flicker to protect it and then have a Memory Lapse up. Which won't use either, but yeah, now we can just kind of kick in for 6 every turn, over 4 turns, and hopefully that's enough. Avenging Hunter's pretty good here. Probably gonna seal the deal. I think it basically just means there's lethal next turn. There's that one. What about basics? And we just hold on. We like, it doesn't really matter. We can play everything still. Yeah, that's fair enough. Get a land. Nice tunnel tapped. I'm just thinking 5 and almost lethal. We can just flicker the Avenging Hunter anyway. So we just give it the counters, and then we'll flicker it to give it the final amount. So we'll go Forge. Chuck it on the... Doesn't really matter. We just chuck it on there. We'll tack, and then we just do the trap. Alright, tack. Insult to Injury, we could just play that, but I think we just jam it like this. They just sent me their blue icons list, so I will definitely check that out. Thank you. Let me just copy this. Right, and we will just target flicker this and this. So we get the initiative. So we're also just talking about the blue-white deck, but my cat's circling my keyboard, so you know, because it's dinner time. It's dinner time for both of us, cat. So it comes back, initiative happens, and then we'll go, it's a trap. You'll work out a way to actually copy that thing. I'll do it in a second anyway. Still 5 to you, GG's. And let's just do a wrap up and just see what we need to talk about with this deck anyway. All right, so this was the deck. Like, it just feels very similar to something like Red Green Ponza, but it just felt like a little bit off. Like, I tried to offset things by having less lands, running all the cycle stuff in Lorenfield, helping regas us. But I just felt like if we didn't have either an Arbor Elf hand, it wasn't as good, and it was very match dependent. Like, we played against a Teaching deck, but if we didn't have a Sea's Claim, or you're just playing against a matchup that's just using islands, the Sea's Claim and the Spreading Seas just get way worse. A lot of decks are running like a second color, but you can see if you're playing this mono with Fairies, Terra, you're just looking down these Sea's Claim and Spreading Seas, and you're like, oh, these just feel like awful. So it's kind of like two sides of the deck, and then you kind of have, before you even start a game, you're having a coin flip of like if this deck's going to be good at all. Whilst the red-green version is obviously going to be a lot better in terms of you can just jam out these big green monsters. Yes, you can get the wrong side of your deck sometimes, but at least you have like a game plan. It is nice though. I feel like this can kind of set well in like those slower builds, against those slower builds and decks. So you can just Sea's Claim, Spreading Seas, just curve into like a Temporal Spring or a Thermoclast. It's quite nice having that curve. And really screwing up people's mana. But now it's, I guess with the current meta, like if you were just playing against Mono Red Madness, you'd feel pretty awful against that. Yes, you can Sea's Claim and probably Spreading Seas to some extent, but the way they can cycle through, if they just have like one mountain, they should be pretty good, do you know what I mean? So I think in general, this deck is kind of half that. It kind of needs something. Either you just switch over to more of a fog deck, it's probably the better part, but it was pretty fun being able to play Sea's Claims and Spreading Seas. So I'd be curious to know what you think about this. It might be more just turboing out the Avenging Hunters and having that blue background for counter spells and the Thermoclast and whatnot. Sideboard wise, we probably just need to play with it more. It's more just gets around like those aggro builds. So I think this deck's already lined up well against the slow decks. We just wanted something that's more faster and just probably interchangeable. We can take out more of our heavier stuff at the bottom. You know, maybe take out like an Archaeomancer and whatnot, and like a Ghostly Flicker and the Avenging Hunter, and maybe take out like some level of Memory Lapses because they're not that good against efficient decks, and just bring in the Hydroblast and the Fadeaways and see how that goes. But yeah, generally, if you can get in that late game where you can drop a Generous and you're feeling pretty good, and you can maybe Ghostly Flicker it or something like that. But yeah, I think that's probably it for this deck. I'll be curious what you think about it, what you think it might need and change. I mean, the Bonder's Artifact might be where it needs to sit, and you can go more into this control route with the Thermocast and whatnot, and maybe even the Arbor Elf. Like going Utopia Scroll Arbor Elf, and maybe with Wild Growth, you can just always get into a turn to Bonders or like a Temporal Spring or like a Thermoclast. If you just always have like 4 Wild Growths, 4 Utopia Sprawls, and probably still run the Sea's Claim and the Spreading Seas, and then maybe even have like an enchantment background potentially. But anyway, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.